Well, today I want to talk to you on the topic of why do you need to buy a house today, right now, on this market? Well, first of all, as you guys know, in 2006, the housing market crashed and home prices went really, really down. Right now, they are recovering, and you might think, where home prices are up, but they're not all the way up there where it's not accessible to most people. They're still low enough where many or any basically anyone with a decent enough credit score can actually buy a house. A house that would have cost you $500,000 in 2004 today is still costing you $300,000, $350,000. Maybe in 2006 it would have been 250. So they did go up a little bit, but guess what? They're still low, which means you can take advantage of those low prices. But guess what? Interest rates on mortgages are actually at a record low. What does that mean to you? Well, that means that when you get a mortgage, now the interest rate that you're paying on that mortgage is equivalent to a lot of money, right? So if your interest rate is 10%, that's 10% of 300,000, let's say, for instance. Now if it's 4% or if it's 2%, guess what? Well, you have a much lower interest rate. What is 3% of 100? 3% of 100 is $3. Now 18% is $18. Now for every $100, until you get to 300,000, you're going to have either $3 or you can have $18 like we did in the 1980s. This actually happened. So the interest rates that we have today are at a record low, which means that you're getting a bargain for $30 because most interest rates are actually fixed. So you will save thousands of dollars just on that alone. Now, what's another reason why you should buy a house? Well, think about this. In 10 years, paying $1,200 on rent, every month, how much is that in 10 years? Well, 1100, no, 1200 in 10 years, that's actually $100,000 that you are paying towards rent. A little bit over $100,000, paying $1,200 a month for 10 years. It's $120,000 to be exact in 10 years. Now, what does that mean? $120,000 just went to the air. They're gone. You're never having it back. And while the purpose is great because it's keeping shelter on you and protecting you and your family because we all need housing, that money is completely gone. Well, if you had saved those $100,000 or $120,000 and actually bought a house, you could have bought a house cash. Now that house is yours. You can do whatever you want. You have the protection where for you to lose that house, it takes years as opposed to a month that it takes to lose a house when you're renting. So now you have that stability because you're invested your money as opposed to spending your money. So you have the stability and you have the freedom because now you can do whatever you want in that house. You can paint it, decorate it. You can have the music not as loud as you want, but loud enough. You don't have to abide by the laws of the landlord, pretty much. So my call to you is today, think about the money that you are putting into its rent and think about the record low interest rates that we have today. Also think about this. Banks are very flexible right now and there's multiple creative ways to finance your home. In fact, if you go and talk to a realtor, you're going to find out that that realtor can recommend to you a number of mortgage bankers who are looking for business. They are looking for people who are trying to buy a house. And I've seen people get in homes for, guess what? With a credit score of 530, 528, 600. People who are self-employed, they don't really have pay stubs, are being able to get loans because of the creative financing. So it's a big market. And as some of you already know, I'm a professional realtor. I'm a realtor. I'm a licensed real estate agent for Remax in New Jersey. So I know what I'm talking about. I do this every day. I work with people who to me, I believe they had no credit, and I come to find out that are actually able to get a loan. So what I want you to take out from this conversation is interest rates are at a record low. We're talking about less than 4% is very possible. 3.2, 3.8 is very possible. Banks are more flexible in their ways they lend, and there's more creative financing available. And you are investing your money. You are building equity. When you sell that house tomorrow, it's likely that you could make $50,000 selling your house 5 years if you buy it today. So you're building equity, you're investing, your money is growing. You have something that belongs to you. And as opposed to renting, where your money is basically gone. And you have the freedom to own, to decorate, to be the owner. And that's why I want you to seriously take a look at your finances. See how you can improve your credit score if you need help, if you need to change it, or if you need to do anything different. And see how you can start saving for a down payment and how you can actually buy a house.